Hey everybody, Rich and Mike here with this week's What's Hot, and it's a special edition White Marlin Open week. So White Marlin Open starts next week, and we wanted to highlight a bunch of the offshore stuff that we have. We've got some restock on things that we've sold out of, so we got new stuff in, and we got some brand new product, and we're really excited to talk about.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's dive into some stuff that we have on the table here. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, lots of colorful, fun stuff.
Oh, very colorful.
Oh yeah. So got some restocks on very popular half pints from Fathom. So these are great lures for the novice as well as the professional alike. They're all pre-rigged, ready to go. You don't put Ballyhoo on these usually. You just pull them right behind the boat. They're great for catching small dolphins, small tuna. Great table fare when you're offshore. A lot of sailboaters love these because they're easy to use. You don't have to really
just throw them out and let them do their thing.
Exactly. Again, all pre-rigged. They've got the hook sets in them. They've got the leaders built into them. They even come with this pamphlet inside. This actually has charts in it that explain like where to put what bait in the spread and how far to have them back. So lots of good information in there.
Variety of different head styles and colors. You got slanted heads, big flat heads, rounded heads, bullet head. We got in all the different colors. So.
Yeah, all the popular styles. Fathom did a great job of nailing down the ones that work well and sticking with those. Yeah.
They hit the nail on the head.
I like it.
Different
I
head
like
styles.
So moving up in size, we've got your medium and your larger lures for you guys going after blue marlin, some of the bigger baits. We've got an assortment of those in colors and styles. Some favorites, same old roll, that's one of my favorites. In the medium size, big fan of that one. The Chainsmoker, big fan of the Chainsmoker.
Four jets.
Yeah, it's got 4 ported heads on it, so it's going to create a heck of a bubble trail, hence the name. That's a really good lure. The Papa Grande, and then of course the Marlin Darlin with the jets on the side there as well, and a slant face. So those are all good lures for big blue marlin. You can tease up some white marlin with those. You can. They're just great pieces. They just spread. Yeah,
and they just look pretty. If you during the off season, you hang them under Christmas tree, and they're great.
Pretty much. Yep, absolutely.
That's what we do, right?
Oh yeah, of course.
100%.
Yeah, I don't actually use them. So let's go over to some bait style lures. We're getting some Ballyhoo. Obviously, you can run some naked Ballyhoo. We do have a few. Been running out, but we've got a few of the Ballyhoo rigs pre-made from Fathom in 8/0, and we do have 7/0. They come with the springs all ready to go. So that's a quick,
it's all
easy
you need.
grab. Go. Yeah, that works really well. We've got your circle hook rigs for white marlin fishermen, and then these are the these are the hook sets that you would use with your bigger marlin lures. So they have these in a variety of different sizes to accommodate different size lures, so you pick the one that works well. And of course, if you have trouble picking those out, just let one of our expert staff know. We'll definitely help you figure that out, help you get rigged up the right way.
That's for sure.
So yeah, we got that. We got some stuff to put in front of your Ballyhoo. So we have the hook sets. I'm mixing this all up.
Oh yeah.
We've got the Ballyhoo rigs. So you can run them naked, or you can put something in front of them, like a sea witch or an islander. So we've got some islanders, very
the
popular.
Flash series as well as the regular ones.
Yeah, these are great lures. Been around forever. Everybody knows about them.
They
it's
just
offshore
work.
fish, and if you don't, you'll want some.
Yes.
Hawaiian eye, the old famous Hawaiian eye. So they got the big, beautiful gold eye on those. Chrome head, and then of course nicely tied nylon hair to kind of finish those out. And then of course you'll put these over top of the Ballyhoo, so the Ballyhoo will stick out the bottom.
It'll look beautiful.
Oh yeah,
swimming through the water.
Absolutely. And these are not weighted. The Islander does make some weighted stuff, but we chose to carry some of the Joe Shoot stuff. So Joe Shoot, a guy out of North Carolina, very popular with tuna fishermen. They're all lead heads. He hand ties most of these himself, and so you've got that lead head in there.
Beautiful.
Does a nice job with the paint, does a nice job with the tying, reinforces everything with glue so that it doesn't come apart on you. Recessed eyes so you can fit the Ballyhoo's nose in there, or a spring if you're using the spring rigs, which is nice. And he makes these in a variety of different weights. So you've got your little 1/4 ouncers that are great for sea witches if you just want just a little bit of flash, a little bit of color in front of your baits, but you don't want a lot of weight. You want to keep these close to the surface. Then you want to go with these lighter ones. And then of course we've got 1 ounce, 3 ounce, and 8 ounce. And those you would run in different positions. So on my long riggers, I'd want to run those 1 ounces, kind of keep the nose of the bait down just a little bit from skipping if it's a naked bait, or go to a 3 ounce, which would be a good short rigger position, or maybe even a shorter long rigger position if you didn't have it as far back, kind of again, a little more weight. The 8 ounces actually work really well as a flat line. So we'll run those. We'll run them right next to the prop wash, maybe just beyond the prop wash, and that 8 ounce is going to help keep that bait down with those faster trolling speeds that we use offshore as opposed to the bay. So you
Variety
definitely,
of different colors.
yeah, definitely want to check
All
these
the good
out.
colors.
Great selection of colors, a selection of different weights. So these are going to be easy to plug and play and put in front of your Ballyhoo.
That's for sure.
So let's continue with some of the pre-rig stuff that we have. So you saw those lures that we have here. We actually have, Mike, why don't you grab some of those off the wall here? You'll grab there and I'll grab over here. We actually have got a bunch of stuff that's pre-rigged from Fathom. So these are lures that already have the hook sets in them and the leader. These are, pull them out of the bag, they're ready to go. You're gonna do this straight?
Yeah, you said it, so I got to.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, yeah. Pre-rigged with the hook and the hook set and everything.
Stainless steel cable. They use shrink tube to cover all the connections to keep everything nice and stiff. They use the rubber hook lock so that it keeps the hook set in place. It won't spin around on you. Helps that lure run track smooth. Chafe tubing on all of the connection points. They use good quality mono leader for most of their rigs.
Just a beautiful, perfect rigged. Perfect length, everything.
Yeah, and these are all hand rigged down in North Carolina where Fathom's made out of. They do a really top-notch job. Definitely tournament quality stuff if you're fishing the tournaments. And then, of course, we've got some that are pre-rigged for wahoo. So if you want to get out there and chase some wahoo, we've got a lead-headed bait, a lead-headed weighted head, rubber skirted, and it's all rigged on cable. So not only do you have the cable hook set with a double hook set rig, you've got the cable coming out as your main leader, so you can attach that to a weight to get that down and do some high-speed trolling if you want, or you can just run this right off the end of the rod, keep it a little bit shallower if you find some fish that are a little
Speaking of
farther
some
up.
weighted,
Oh yeah,
can't forget about these bad boys. We'll grab the other one.
Yeah. So look at these.
50,000 pound.
So these are big, beautiful weights from Fathom, and these are wahoo baits. So these are solid stainless steel. They're very heavy, great for high-speed trolling, and they kind of jazz these up a little bit more. Not only do they do a double skirt, but they actually throw a layer of mylar in there.
To give it extra flash and bling bling.
Tons of bling in these, yeah. Slide a double hook set in these, rig them on cable, and that's a fantastic bait to pull for wahoo. You're going to have a lot of success with those. We've got a handful of those in as well.
Sure.
Yeah. We've got some other diving baits from Nomad if you want to run some single baits that are single hooks, double single hooks on those, which is nice. And then if you like these pre-rigged Fathom lures, we've got the lure packs over here as well. So we offer a 4 lure kit and then a 6 lure kit. It's got an assortment of colors, assortment of styles that'll work well for any of your rigging needs. Or for the different parts of your spread. Of course, we've got the Fathom hooks if you want to rig your own baits. We've got some of their teaser materials, pre-rigged teasers, and then of course another local company, Ringer Swivel. So we've got some Ringer Swivels in stock. Whether you're doing the small packs or the pro packs, these guys are fantastic. Put a little piece of copper wire on the swivel, and then when you go to put your circle hook on for your Ballyhoo rig, you just slide that right through that O-ring. Very easy to take on and off if you need to change baits out. Very easy to get going on the water. So these have been a lifesaver for most people. So definitely want to check some of those out.
Shall we talk about spreader bars?
Let's talk about spreader bars. Spreader bars are a huge hit with tuna guys. We've got a large assortment, all pre-rigged, ready to go. All come with bags. A lot of these have a different colored hooked bait at the end that differentiates from the rest of the teasers. These are all 5-drop bars. Again, they're fully rigged, ready to go. All the popular colors, we've got lots of them in stock. So for you tuna guys, great short spreader, short rigger position bait. Pull those off of a 50 wide usually. You could with a 70 or an 80, but most of us use a 50 for that. And again, I just run them in the short rigger. Run those in your short rigger position, and then you'll run a flat line with your Joe Shoot 8-ounce. And then in between those, run a daisy chain. And we've got some daisy chains too. So I got a couple of daisy chains. We've got the green, we got the blue from Fathom. And then of course, you saw these earlier. We've got their bird daisy chains. Put those back as a kind of a teaser. And those will work really well in between that flat line and that spreader bar to help draw stuff into the boat, which is nice. And then of course, have a pre-rigged lure or maybe even an Islander or a Joe Shoot off on your long rigger. And then of course, if you can, which I suggest, some dredges. So we've got 2 different style dredges from Fathom. We have an all squid dredge. We carry these in green and blue. And then we have the flap and squids. So we have those tuna flaps on the outer side of the larger ring, and then the squids in the middle. Those flaps have a lot of good flash to them. They're nothing but glitter in those things. They flap pretty well. They've done a good job of making these as durable and strong as they can, but thin enough to be flexible, so they'll have good action in the water. And I was told at one point that this is the same material they make like caution cones out of.
Yeah,
so
traffic cones. So it's like,
it's got that feel to it.
Yeah, super durable. They're made for cars to hit them on accident. What?
Exactly.
They can hold up in the offshore.
They can get run over by a semi. They can get run over by a blue marlin.
Yep.
So we actually have these larger ones too for sale individually, and you can rig these right out of the middle of your dredge or at the end of a daisy chain, and it looks like, we go with these black ones because it's the silhouette pattern, right? You've got your bait, your teaser, and then that guy's going behind it flapping, and it looks like something going after something else. Bigger fish are going to be enticed to it, so definitely want to check those out.
And they're just fun to play with.
Oh, yeah. Right. Well, let's switch gears. We've got some apparel that we want to talk about. It's kind of offshore oriented. So, of course, White Marlin special. We can't not talk about.
Yes.
White Marlin Open t-shirts. We've got some in stock, variety of different colors. We've even got some that are in long sleeve, which is nice for the maybe a little hot for the summertime, but great in the wintertime for the. Oh, I know. I wear offshore stuff all the time, right? All the time. When you're a fisherman all year long.
And then our friends over at Pure Lure.
Pure Lure, of course, one of the sponsors of the White Marlin Open. So we've got a nice assortment of some tech shirts from them, long sleeve, short sleeve, some that are hooded with all kinds of different patterns.
Great company.
Oh, they are. They're
great logos,
great guys, great product. Everything about them is wonderful. So definitely want to check some of that stuff out.
And then for your foul weather.
Oh yeah, of course. So if you want to grab the blue one, I'll grab the orange one. Foul weather gear from Grundon. I'm a really big fan of these tournament bibs and jackets. These are really nice. They're very lightweight, so even in the heat of the summer, if you're out on the boat, you're steaming out there, and then if the squall comes through, you really don't want to get doused with water. Throw one of these on, it'll keep you dry, and then as soon as the squall's gone, pull it off. It packs really nice because it's a thinner material, but you know it's 100% waterproof. And then of course we got your matching bibs. So if you get back to the dock and you need to hose the boat down, you got to jump in the car right after. You don't want to be drenching wet, so throw a pair of bibs on, throw your jacket on, clean the boat off. When you're done, toss them in the back, and you're good to go. We definitely got an assortment of sizes in those. Come check those out.
Yeah.
I think that about does it.
I think that does.
There's lots more to talk about, but we don't have the time. Oh, we got rods. Can't forget about these. What am I doing? So we've got a bunch of combos that we've pre-built. We carried some of these over from the offshore seminar. We're going to keep building these throughout the year. We've got the Speedmaster from Shimano. Really, really nice reel. Been doing very well.
Yes.
We got this on a Tullis rod. This is a White Marlin outfit, set up, ready to go. And then, Mike, what do you got there?
TLD 50, 2-speed on the Talavera blue water rod, rigged up for Ballyhoo.
Yep.
Already pre-rigged, spooled. I do believe these are hollow core underneath.
They are.
There.
So
we got them spooled up with hollow core, and then top shotted with mono on top, ready for any offshore application.
Yeah, you got 130 pound hollow core on the bottom with about 200 yards of 80 pound mammalia on top. So you got plenty of line on there to battle any of the pelagics that you want to go after. All the denizens of the deep.
I like that.
And then even when you're not tournament fishing, if you want to go out and have some fun, we've been putting together some of these jigging combos for tuna.
Yep.
So we got a bunch of tuna jigging lures in stock. We've got some of the Travalas finally in stock. The Travala new Travala PX is a really, really nice upgrade to the Travalas. Super lightweight, feels fantastic. It's got all the good componentry that you used to as a Shimano fan. And then we've got the 14,000 Saragossa on this, spooled up with some line. I'll pull this off there. You can take a look at it. Got a fluorocarbon leader on this. This one's got a lure. It's turnkey, ready to go.
Yep, especially with that chunk and bite. If you want to do a little something and drop a jig, try to catch one on a jig, you definitely could.
Yep.
That should be a perfect outfit for that.
Yeah, take the 50s and do some, like you said, drop some chunks down there and grab this. And while you're waiting for something to grab that one, get this going. And these will go down. These jigs will go down nice and quick too. Yep. So you let that bait flutter down, let the jigs drop straight down to the bottom, help bring those fish up to your chunks, or hopefully get one on the spinning rod. Yeah, it's a ton of fun.
Yeah. So,
well, I think that about does it. That does it. We're good now. Well, we appreciate you guys for tuning in, and thank you guys again for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Good luck out there. Have fun.
thank you.